All right, we are recording. Happy Thursday, May, what day is today? 23rd, I think. So I hope you guys have had an awesome week. Today we really just wanted to kind of talk more about social media since that's been like the whole theme for the month, really. As usual, feel free to drop any questions that you guys have, whether it's pertaining to social media or it's something, completely different. We'll be happy to answer those. But I'm going to go ahead and, here we go. Just get started. I know Brittany is wrapping up dinner, so she'll be on in a second. As usual, we will be posting the leaderboard for the group later after this call. And yeah, I guess that's really it. So I wanted to talk a little bit more on curiosity marketing. I know that's kind of like been a thing that I feel like preaching about lately. But I wanted to do a refresher and kind of talk more about different ways to use it. So I always like to start it off by saying, like, you want to be your followers' Google, basically. Something that I've learned is, if I say something, and even me personally, if you say something in your stories and I'm curious on what it is, rather than coming to you, I will just Google it myself and find out the information for myself. And so we don't want people to do that. So the biggest thing is that we are being mindful with our words. And again, it's not that we aren't proud to be, Beachbody coaches and drinking Shakeology and things of that nature, but there we go. But, at the same time, we want to kind of keep them curious and keep them wondering, like, what it is exactly that we're doing, that you're offering them, because we want to set ourselves apart from everybody else. We're not over here slapping graphics of our products, in our stories and on our social media and things like that. Like, we're more than just the product. We have a complete, opportunity to offer them that's more than just Shakeology, more than just Beachbody On Demand and things of that nature. So we want you to be their Google. So some of the words that I like to use, instead of energize, I'll say mama juice. I know some people will say unicorn crack, mom crack, adulting juice, anything like that. Just kind of making them wonder, what is it that she's talking about? Superfoods, that's my biggest thing. I call Shakeology superfoods. These things would go away. There we go. But fitness library instead of Beachbody On Demand, virtual online, gym membership, just different things like that. Get creative with your wording. And so another thing I like to say about the accountability group, I've been switching up my wording here lately with as far as invites go. And instead of accountability group, I may switch it out with online wellness community, because again, people like the community feel and they like to be a part of something, right? And so when you kind of throw out the word community, it just kind of, I'm going to make sure I'm muted right here. It just kind of just brings it home. It's just so different than what I feel a lot of people have to offer. And so community is a great word. And like I said, I've been using it a whole lot here lately instead of just group. I switched that out with community. Another thing that you could even say is you can call yourself a lifestyle coach. Instead of just a virtual health and fitness coach, you could say I'm a lifestyle coach, because ultimately we want to coach our people, our coaches, our clients to really make this a lifestyle. And so technically that's kind of what you are. So you can kind of keep things curious with that. And keeping them curious on the business. So something that, I know Brittany and I've told you guys before, but keeping them curious on the business. And what I mean by that is, posting when we've been on team calls, taking a screenshot of this. I don't know what that just was, but taking a screenshot of this, and people are talking and just showing that you're supporting, other women, and women are supporting you, because we know that that's not a thing in most cases. And the fact that we've got this little community and a sisterhood of most of us don't even know each other, haven't even met, that says a lot, right? So always showing when you're on a team call. I always personally take pictures when I do a one-on-one with one of my coaches. I'm like, okay, guys, at the end of this call, we're going to take a picture. So they've learned to kind of show up ready for that photo op. But that also shows that you are working more closely with your coaches. Or maybe it's just your clients that you're having one-on-one calls with, just because they are, I don't want to say just a client, but just because they are, doesn't mean you can't have these virtual one-on-one calls with them. I know another thing that we like to do as far as kind of, in the morning, there's 4 of us that like to work out together in the morning. We'll take a picture of us working out together and, just kind of show that community aspect. While it's not mandatory that we all work out together, it still is just a nice thing for them to kind of see like, wow, like they may not be at a gym together, but they're still doing something together, whether it's together or like virtually. So, oh, another thing I wanted to mention is you guys are more than welcome to like steal anything from the accountability group, the cupcake group that we run. And so what I mean by that is you can totally like do a screenshot or screen recording of like the sweaty selfies that come through. I know Brittany and I like to post things about non-scale victories and showing like what our community is getting from the community, really, and letting them see that like it's not just about losing a certain amount of pounds and inches. Like they get to see how you guys are feeling and how your mindsets change. And yeah, maybe you drop some pant sizes and that's all great. And we're still going to show those types of things, but we also like to show other people that, their lives could be significantly impacted by just investing the $160 in themselves. And you guys know just as well as I do that that's definitely a possibility. So, so just kind of throwing out things like that. And a lot of the times it's like, well, I don't want to post just fitness stuff and things, or sweaty selfies and all of that. And we don't want you just posting sweaty selfies and just posting your workout. Like you have to, provide some variety and some value. And so, the community aspect is really powerful, for people who definitely need it, Let's see. I've got notes. I'm really proud of myself because normally I just kind of wing these things, but I actually wrote notes. So again, as you guys are hopping on, if you'll have any questions, this is being recorded. I'm just dabbling into the curiosity marketing stuff, and just kind of talking about different ways that you can promote this business. Because I know for me personally, it took me forever to even sign a working coach. And it was because I never really talked about the business. And so now that, we've got this team call every Thursday, like I literally just storied before this and was talking about girls' night with my girls and, having this team call every Thursday and training and all that fun stuff. And so, sprinkling little breadcrumbs like that will keep them coming and keep them wanting more. Okay. Thanks, Brittany. Feel free to chime in whenever you want to, okay? All right. So, something else that we wanted to talk about, this is not pertaining to curiosity marketing. This is still along the social media spectrum, if you will. So something that, that we have learned, Brittany and I, is when you make a post, you want to use hashtags, right? And so Brittany agrees. But
I'm really excited for this part.
I know. And like I said, chime in. I wish my mother would stop texting me because I don't know if y'all can see what she's texting. It's nothing bad, but so hashtags. So way back, I'm actually going through like my time hop and stuff here lately. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I use the same hashtags over and over. And what we've learned is like using the same hashtags over and over, Instagram kind of catches on to that. And I don't know if this is like the right way to say it, but if they notice that you're using like mom life and what's another one, dog mom, or I don't know, like workout of the day, if you're using the same ones over and over, you're not going to be as likely to be shown in the explore page than when you actually switch up your hashtags. And so I would highly suggest, it's something that I'm personally doing over the next couple of days. You want to speak on that, Britt? Yeah, wait for a second. Wait. Yeah. You eat your food, girl. Is actually researching different hashtags that, pertain to me and my lifestyle currently. But the thing is like, if you are posting a picture of yourself and it's about something inspiring or whatever, like posting, I don't even know, workout clothes or I don't know, like something that really doesn't pertain to the subject that you're talking about is really not something you probably want to do. You know, are you looking up something, Britt? Okay. Um, so switching up your hashtags and, you know, putting them in your comments. And so I don't know if you guys have seen, hang on a second. When Brittany and I put our comments in, or put our hashtags, we put them in a comment because remember, Instagram sees the engagement as, oh, there's another comment. Someone's commenting on this person's picture. And so like the more comments, you know, the better and everything like that. And so that's why we always throw them as a comment and not actually a part of your caption. Because I really could care less if any of y'all see what hashtags I look at, or am sharing. Now I'll put funny hashtags, like just silly ones, totally off the wall ones, but those are not going to be the ones that actually get you views, get you engagement. It's just one of those things just to kind of be silly and so show your sense of humor. But like you want to have legit hashtags and not just like these random ones. You cannot count on random ones that have one person using them to get you, you know, a boost. And another thing too with hashtags is I don't know if you guys know, when you go to like start typing it in, it will show you how many people are currently using them. And so if you're trying to pick one that's like hashtag motivation, and there's like 36 million people using it, don't use it. Like you want to use something that's what, 20 to 50?
I always say like 50,000 to 500,000.
Okay.
In there. I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I stay. I'm going to put a link in the comments though. There is a website, excuse me, called displaypurposes.com. And what you do is you actually go on here and in the search bar, you get to type in something. So like here, let me share my screen real quick if y'all don't mind. All right, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so I went to the website or whatever. In this, I typed like plus size because that's what a lot of my stuff is. And right here, you can see where I typed in plus size, I've now got like, what is that? I don't know, at least 15 to 20 different plus size hashtags that are currently getting engagement off of them. Engagement, reach, and boosting people's insights. And you can even like copy them. So I found this the other day and I was going to wait until here to show, well, by the other day, I mean yesterday.
Did you show them the dots, the way the dots, this one?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and this actually talks about placing your hashtags. So, one thing that I really wanted to make sure that we touched on this call is the like cleanliness of your posts and how you are saying different things. So Kayla's going to get to another part of that in your notes, but as far as hashtags, hashtags are great and they're going to help your reach. However, if you have stupid cat, sorry, I'm not besties with my cat. If you put them like that bundle of 30 hashtags or so at the bottom of your post, it doesn't look attractive, and they've actually shown on different research that your hashtags have more reach in a comment versus in a caption. So what I do is I do like, and I can show you guys one of my posts, but I do like 3 dots and then I go down a few lines with dots and then I put my hashtags in a comment like immediately after I post it. And what I did one day is, I sat down for, I think I set my timer for 30 minutes. And now I need to go do it with this display purposes stuff. But I went through and I found different hashtags that applied to me that were getting reach, all that. And I kind of put them in like different categories on my phone. Because when I'm posting something about like my, business versus my accountability group, I'm going to change up my hashtags. My hashtags for a workout selfie versus, I don't know, being on a cruise, they're going to be different because I'm trying to A, attract a different audience, but B, Instagram doesn't want me to keep using the same hashtags. They'll actually block you at a certain point just from using the hashtags. Like it won't let you post that same comment anymore. So now I go through there and I pick like 10 or so hashtags from my list, throw it in there, and it's been helpful. So let me see here if I can pull up my Instagram. I should be able to.
Hey guys, one of my girls is trying to join the call, but when she mutes herself, it's muting you. Oh, she's probably hitting the on thing at the top, huh?
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did mute her when she just hopped on because I heard background noise.
Okay, I'll tell her.
I don't know if maybe that's what it is. But make sure her volume's on.
Okay.
Okay, so I just pulled up this post. This is just one that I made earlier. So I've got like my caption up here. Kayla's going to talk about line breaks. I have no hashtags in this just because it's not where I want them. So someone commented before I could get to it, but I've got like basically an ellipses here. I go down a couple lines and then I've got like my hashtag Squad Goals 100, business opportunities, entrepreneurs, plus size fitness, girls got goals, and Thankful Thursday. Those are just like some ones I threw on here, but that's kind of like the gist of what I'm getting at here. So I'm going to hand it back over to Kayla, but whoa.
What about for Facebook? Would you recommend the hashtags in a comment or?
I hashtag on Facebook.
Yeah, some people hashtag on Facebook, some people don't. I don't notice much of a difference in my interaction either way. I don't think it could hurt from what I've heard. But most of the hashtag research that I do is specifically for Instagram. Their algorithms are completely different.
Okay, I'll stick with that. Thank you.
Yeah, mine would carry over. What are you laughing at? Oh.
I'm laughing at Liz's comment. There's like a giant.
So when I used to like share my my Instagram to, back when it would share to my personal page, it always, or well, even my business page, it carries over my hashtags from the Instagram or whatever. But I didn't do that on purpose. Like I agree with Brittany. I think the hashtag, the algorithm, all that works completely different on not social media, Instagram than anything. And I think people are looking more for hashtags on Instagram than Facebook. At least me personally, I feel like they're two separate entities. And so I just feel like Facebook is such a different vibe than Instagram is. So I don't even mess with it over on Facebook. But that's a good question. And another thing, before I get into this caption stuff, because I know you're like, it's bugging you guys about the caption. I remember being there. I do. But real quick, I want to make sure that you guys are tagging, like if you have anything in like your post, because I think a lot of the times we forget to do this, tag the brands of things that you're wearing. Tag the boutique you bought, show them some love, but show them support as well. You're more likely to be reshared on their page and things like that. To get more, following and stuff. But also, like Brittany had talked about last week, when people go to like that boutique and they looked at tagged photos, they're going to see you through those tagged photos eventually, wherever you're at. So tag the brands, tag your locations. So a lot of the times with like these cruise photos, I'm saying like Nassau, Bahamas, but I'm also saying Fort Lauderdale. Like I'm sprinkling. I put one yesterday that said Clarksville, Tennessee. Like I clearly was on a boat in the middle of the ocean. I was not in Clarksville, but I'm still posting it so they can kind of see where I'm at. So like when we're in Indy, for Summit and stuff, we're going to tag Indianapolis and all that jazz. But it doesn't matter where you are. Just tag something. Another thing too, in your stories, a lot of us forget this too, is using hashtags in your stories, but shrinking them to where they're like super small. Because I don't want people seeing me like hashtag like 10 different things in my stories. I want to keep my stories fairly clean. But what I'll do is I'll put in like different hashtags and I'll minimize them and like stick them down in like the corner somewhere so nobody sees them. But it's an opportunity for you to get on that hashtag story. And just kind of show up over there in that, that hashtag. So it's more exposure opportunity. And another thing is I will also tag the location too. So every once in a while I may put like Nashville, Tennessee, even though I'm in Clarksville, or I'll put Clarksville, Tennessee or whatever. And I'll also shrink the location of my stories to where you can't see the location either. So it's just little tricks like that. Like I remember one time I tagged our university here in Clarksville, Austin P, and I got several different views on the Clarksville, Tennessee page, because when they saw Austin P being tagged, they moved me up to the Clarksville, the city page. And so you saw my story through the city. Yes, Macy. Let's go. Thank you, Brittany. So what else was I going to say about that? I think that was really it. So as far as captions go, the trick to it, ladies, is actually like when you, and I'm going to actually try to do a demonstration here. Let me see. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull up my notes. Because I feel, for me, I did not understand it when someone just told me about it. I had to actually like have someone show it to me. I'm going to share my screen here in a second. Okay. I've got so many things saved in my notes. It's ridiculous. Okay. There we go. Okay, can you guys, I'm guessing you guys can see now. So if I'm over here trying to make a caption, I may say, congratulations, Krista, for hitting diamond. And then maybe that's all I want to say in the first line. So you don't want to have a space right here. You just simply hit enter and enter again. And then I would type in something else. So after your period or your exclamation or whatever, you don't want to have a space like that and enter, because then it will not, it'll cluster your words together. So it's as simple as making sure you do not have that space right here in between. So make sure you delete and backspace before you actually start your next paragraph. Whoop. So did that, I know it's something super simple, but did that help? Kirsten, it helped you? That's a thing. Something I wanted to say on that too. Oh, thanks, Shelby. I see the thumbs up in the dark. Shelby's at the beach. But for me, like when I'm scrolling through someone's post, and if Brittany had like a cluster of like just one big paragraph, I'm not going to read it. I'm sorry. I would if it was her, of course. But as far as that goes, like I just don't want to like read through it. Like if you have it spaced out, it's like, okay, here's the first point. Here's point number 2. Here's point number 3, and so on. And so you can kind of like see, okay, like I'll take time to read it, because it's not like I'm getting my words jumbled up. Questions on that? Or Brittany, do you want to speak on that?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, Macy, you don't have to have like periods or dots or anything. Some people do, but you don't have to. One thing I've noticed lately is that it isn't working like after an emoji. It'll continue to like,
emojis or quotations.
And it didn't used to do that, which is like kind of annoying, because that's how I finish like 99% of my sentences in real life too. But just like keep that in mind when you're forming your sentences. But it is like the simplest solution for like a serious struggle.
Okay, so something you could do, like if you had a quotation, like you wanted it to be quotes, you can do like a period, space, period, and then enter. That works. Or if you had like, I don't even know if I can do an emoji on here, but if you had an emoji, even if you backspace it, it's still going to space it. So that's why I'm like strategic with my emoji usage. I keep my emojis kind of in the middle of my paragraphs, because I just don't want to fool with it. But definitely try that, in your next post. Try to space it out a little bit better. And see the difference, because people will want to read it if it's not just this big long paragraph. All right. Trying to think if there was anything else. Where did Brittany go? Let me see. Do y'all have any questions? I know that was kind of like a lot or stuff that you guys have heard, but I do feel like sometimes hearing things over again can help too. Brett, do you have anything?
As far as curiosity marketing, no, I think that you hit it. And the thing is, though, is I've had people come to.
When you're done, I've got something else I want to touch on.
Okay. I've had people come to me before and they're like, or is this curiosity marketing approach because, like you're like ashamed to be a Beachbody coach, or because you think that people won't be interested in you anymore if they find out that you're a Beachbody coach or something like that? Like, no, it's totally not it. There's literally no person more proud in the world to be a Beachbody coach than me, because it has literally saved my life. But like Kayla said, it's just about being people's Google. Because here's the thing, is like I'm a fairly resourceful person, but also like a monkey could be resourceful enough to see hashtag Shakeology and you're posting like Google Shakeology. And then they find out the price, but they don't know the benefits. They don't know the way it's helped you. They don't know all this great stuff about it, because there definitely is some sticker shock to it if you don't truly believe in like how incredible it is. And then they just like go on their way and they support your journey, but they're not ever interested. So it's just about, keeping it about you and your journey. And like, this doesn't really have to do with like the curiosity marketing, but I was thinking today, like, I truly 100% in my heart of hearts believe that if you are doing the vitals every day, you're doing your shake, your workout, your personal development, recognizing people, and what's the other one? I don't know.
Inviting.
Duh.
We just talked about this today.
All of those things, you will have like the most solid foundation. And that's what Kayla and I are building you guys up for in June, is like taking all of these tips and like blowing it out of the water.
So Krista, you got your hand raised. I'm going to lower it real quick. What's up? Or is it
It's actually me. I was about to say, sorry, ladies. Every Thursday, I try to interrupt once. So I wanted to actually, can everybody hear me?
Cheers, Skylar.
Okay. I don't know how this works. What I wanted to say, though, is I've started to follow a certain couple of girls in the group or whatever that is. And what I wanted to say, though, is that you guys are awesome. And the reason I say that is because you guys, when I married Krista, one of the things I told her, one of the key things, the most important thing to me was I told her, I said, confidence is the most beautiful thing you can ever have. That's in our wedding books and everything. And what I wanted to tell you guys is that, don't take this the wrong way, honey, but you girls are absolutely beautiful. I want to tell you that because there's an array of things that I could never have, pardon my language, the cojones to do. But you girls, y'all go out there, you put yourself out there, and you do the damn thing. And I just want to say thank you for A, having confidence in my beautiful wife, B, having confidence in yourselves. I'm telling you, ladies, it's sexy. Husbands, your boyfriends, whatever. I hope they see this. But thank you for giving me my wife back. We've been married for a little over 5 years. We had our first son at roughly a year into our marriage. And 4 years later, I have the confident, sexy wife that she's always been sexy. She's never let me say it. But as I wanted to say, ladies, I'm not going to take up any more time. But thank y'all. God bless y'all. And just keep doing the damn thing. You guys are killing it. Like, what are you? 200 and what is it? You're something out of 10,000.
That's Kayla.
That's us, Krista. Stop.
Okay, well, Kayla, I think clapping hands is inappropriate, so I'll give you golf snaps. Beautiful. But
thank you,
that's
sir.
what I want to say. I have to go.
Myself.
You ladies have an excellent evening.
Cheers, Skylar.
Thanks, Skylar. You rock, man.
Cheers. you. Whoever said cheers,
It
thank
was
you.
Brittany.
He's the best.
The team dad.
Out of, out of 10,000.
Who?
Macy.
I mean, I'll do whatever is needed to be
He
done.
needs a shirt.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, real quick, big congratulations to Krista for achieving diamonds today. We are so proud of you. You're a little rock star, and you are just amazing. We all are proud of you, and we've hoped you've had a great day and enjoyed that champagne, toast, bath, whatever you want to call
All
it.
on. It was
That was not by chance, babe. That's a lot of hard work. We're really proud of you.
Love it.
thank
Love
you.
it. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to point out before I got on here, y'all know that I post my shake every single night. I make it really like enticing and delicious looking. I was like, something will come from this eventually. But I've had several people ask me what it is, and I was like, okay, I expected this or whatever. But we've gotten into basically what I've been telling people is, hang on, let me show y'all real quick. I meant to have this pulled up. Where'd it go? So, okay, so someone said, what are these? I always see these on your stories. And I said, it's my superfood powder turned into a milkshake, but seriously, a bag of them actually comes with enrollment for my online community. And so we've been talking more about it, but it's like, I think someone had asked before, they were like, I just don't know if I want to post something like that every single day. Like, isn't that, won't people get tired of it? No, people are going to continue to see it and wonder what the hell it is. Excuse my language, but they're going to be like, well, what is that? And eventually, like, they're going to start asking. So little things like that, keeping them curious, that's another layer of the curiosity marketing that I feel works like a champ. Because it's working for me, it's working for others. Like, at some point, if I see you posting something every single day, I want to know what it is. So that's another way that you could do like curiosity marketing. If you're thinking you don't know what else to do, just sharing your daily ritual, your daily routine, and people will want to know what it is you're doing.
You want to know a Brittany fail moment? A year into coaching, I thought that, I don't know, like people just like didn't care to like see my workout videos and stuff, that nobody, like nothing was really coming from it. And so I just like stopped including them. I didn't stop working out, but this is like my third time through the program. I thought like nobody would give a freaking whatever. There's kids around. And then I started posting them again, just cause I missed it. It was just part of like me checking in with my peeps. And I had 4 people message me and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that either they said like, I'm so glad that you're coaching again, or I'm glad that you're back to working out or something like that. And I'm like,
You can't start it and stop it.
been here.
Yeah.
But it is no secret. And I had to have like a come to Jesus with myself. It is no secret that I struggled. Even though I've been this in a year, even though I know all the tips and tricks with comments and hashtags and all that I struggled to even make Success Club. My goal is always SC10 plus, and I struggled to barely hit Success Club 5 last month, which ruined my like 8-month streak that I had, because I like thought that people didn't care. Like they just thought I wasn't working out anymore. So take it from me, don't do it.
It's been bugging me about it too. I'm like, why is she not sharing her workout videos anymore? But seriously, like it's like once you start it, like it just keeps you going. I mean, for me, it's kept me like working out in the mornings more consistently than not. So it's just like this little habit you think is not going to be this big of a deal, it turns into like this ripple effect. And then like you're doing it every single day and you're inspiring other people to eventually start doing what you're doing too. So whether it's making your shake,
and it really does like hold you accountable to the various parts of it, like drinking your shake, carrying your energized,
totally,
doing your workout, all of that.
Totes. I guess we can open it up for, no, hang on. I guess we'll just kind of give you guys an update on what's to come. I know I shared this with Krista yesterday, but Brittany and I have, y'all know we kind of archived the internship group, and we're wanting to do this a little differently with you guys. So we want to, work with you more one-on-one, or whether it's group meetings like this and whatnot. But something that we, like where I currently work, we have something called a knowledge center. And it was a huge project, but it was so worth it once we finished it, because I'm in the training department. And so we built this knowledge center, and it's where you can constantly like add new content. So if basically our CEO wanted to go and run a teller transaction, he could literally pull it up and do it like so quick. So we were thinking of opening up a separate page just for knowledge. So basically it would be called the Hustle and Inspire Knowledge Center, or whatever we wanted to call it. But instead of it being like posting, it would be units. And so there'd be sections. So first section would say how to enroll people. And underneath that, it would be a video or training on how to enroll someone with Share a Cart, things to pay attention to, this and that. A section on inviting, or a unit on it. They're called units. Unit on inviting, and in an inviting unit, they would have like several different videos, like verbiage, or something about Instagram. Like it would basically just be a place for you guys to go and check out your resources. Because I'm still working the full-time job. Brittany's working her full-time job. Like sometimes we can't always get back to text messages as quickly as possible. And so that could be an option for you guys to kind of go in there and see, maybe find the answer for yourself. So it's definitely gonna be a work in progress. But our goal is to get that up and running, at least the majority of it, by, what did we say, June 20th or July?
Yeah. No, we said June, mid-June-ish.
Mid-June.
Yeah, we're really excited. We know it'll be a lot of work, but one thing, that we learned from the internship, it was actually a really good learning experience for Kayla and I, because it just like taught us a lot about how you guys learn. Like, we got some, like feedback from people that was super helpful, but also like, a lack thereof also, really told us that we were just like, there was a fork in the road and we chose one path when we should have gone the other way, which is fine. It was all a learning experience, but we're really excited to bring just like a lot of resources to you guys in the way that you learn and you grow, because we just want you to be successful.
And simplicity too.
Simplicity.
So something that we also are going to start, since we've got so many of you on here, I figured we just kind of share what you and so Brittany and I had a little mastermind call on Tuesday where we just kind of put our heads together and was like, what are we going to do for June and July? And so we'll put a calendar up and all of that. But starting in June, the first Tuesday of every month, we are going to host what we call a Getting Started Right call. For all new coaches. And that's not just mine and Brittany's coaches, that's any of your coaches that start as well. And so that's going to be every Tuesday, probably same time, 8, 9 Eastern or whatever. So time to be determined, time to be determined. And then we're still going to come at y'all with a guest speaker once a month, because y'all seem to like those, and sometimes hearing it from someone else. What?
Can I share who our guest speaker is for June?
Yeah?
I can. Are you going to be mad?
No.
Oh, okay. Our guest speaker for June. I confirmed her today, so I'm like super excited.
I thought like you had someone else like that was a big deal, and I was just like,
she is a big deal.
No. She is. But I thought it was someone else. Sorry. Go ahead.
I hate her.
No, I just thanked her today on my post. She gave me some love.
Our June guest speaker is going to be Ashley. I'm going to totally butcher her last name. It's not Ashley Malstead.
Puglarius?
It's like, Puglarius, something like that. Anyways, a little bit about her so you guys can get super pumped up. You might have seen her if you follow Ashley Malstead in her recent trip to Cali, where they got recognized for winning the Beachbody Team Cup, which basically means that they changed a lot of lives. But also what part of that means is when you run like a Team Cup team, it's a lot of new coaches. Ashley joined as a coach at the beginning of January. She was on Ashley's Teen Cup team. They won it, which is amazing because I think her Success Club numbers when they were, doing that, it's about changing a bunch of lives in February. I think that they could help up to like 40 people, something like that. And then, she's got herself to Diamond. But what I'm really excited about is because we had feedback from you girls about wanting to hear, about newer coaches, that are successful too. So she is less than 6 months into coaching and she just has hit the ground running. And so she's really, really excited to talk to us and to see you guys and kind of share her story and go from there. But I'm super excited because the seasoned coaches are great. But I think as a new coach, it helps to hear from a new coach too.
Yeah. Did you say she works full time? Did you say that?
Oh, yeah. She works full time. She's a mom. She's a LEO wife, a law enforcement officer's wife. So she's got her hands full.
Yeah.
Ready to come at y'all.
So we're going to try to keep it to where the guest speakers are the first of the month. July will be a little different though. But so the month of June is going to be all about building your team, like you're building your own team, like placement, team cycle bonuses, things like that. And so that will be a call to come. That was like really loud. And then something that we're going to, and the coach development plans, we're going to roll those out in the middle of June as well. So there will be a call just for that. So one of our calls, it will be dedicated to that. But at the end of each month, we now are going to call the team calls Success Club or Bust. So at the end of every month, it'll be a hustle hour, and I am putting it out there so y'all know. It would behoove you to get on those calls and, really y'all can see how the group Facebook message is going, like it's getting a fire lit up underneath us. And so, we're going to be working together and, cause we can't do any of this, completely by ourselves. So, it helps having each other cheer each other on and keeping each other accountable. So, at the last call of the month, we'll definitely be dedicated to a hustle hour. So we called it Success Club or Bust because sometimes we're dragging and we're not, close to Success Club, or we are, and we're just not quite there yet. And so we want to help you guys get to that. So that is strictly like an accountability type of call. So if you hop on, you hop on. If you don't, then you don't. And so it's totally on you. But like Brittany and I have said this before, we treat these just like business meetings. We just ask an hour a week from y'all. And so we understand life happens, things happen. But if you can't hop on a call, just try your best to reach out to us so we know like something's going on. Because I know a lot of the times I just assume my girls are getting on. And if I don't see you, I'm like, oh my God, something's wrong or whatever. So just kind of let us know if you're going to be on or not. And then July will be a little different because we will be together the night of our normal scheduled team call, July 11th, that Thursday at Summit. So most of us will be there. So we're not going to have a call that week. So we just kind of have some things laid out, but it's all going to be about developing you guys going forward, and just really excited to work on building y'all and helping you guys have a successful business as well.
What she said. That's what she said. No, I completely agree. We're, really revving up our engines to help you guys build a solid foundation where you can just continue to be successful over and over again, because we've learned, separately and together that like duplicating your business is really the sustainable way to grow. Like for me, when I went from like my coach announcement to Diamond in 10 days, like I used to think that was impressive, and I used to think that was cool. And I guess it is like awesome that I changed that many lives in that amount of time, but it got way less impressive to me when I got super burned out and like completely let my business take a plummet. And, like I mentioned this before, and I don't want that for you. I want you guys to have something that you can continue to build on instead of like pushing and falling back and pushing and falling back and like going all in one week and then falling back. If you stay consistent with it in all things, consistency wins. Unfortunately, that's usually the harder path, which means that it's less attractive and less sexy. But it's just all about, helping you guys grow. So one thing that I wanted to do, and if we're not ready to wrap up, Kayla, then that's fine. But at the end of the call, I want us to start sharing like a win of the week, even if it's small. Like if you guys got your, just like a thankful Thursday or celebration Thursday, like say you got your first paycheck, or you helped your first person, or you got your first yes, or, you reached out to somebody that you didn't think that you were going to, or something like that. I just want us all to take a second and recognize ourselves, because
celebrate yourself.
Celebrate yourself.
Who's going first?
Not all at once. Shelb.
I hit Success Club 10 yesterday.
Whoop whoop. Get it, girl. So amazing. You guys can unmute yourselves.
Yeah, y'all can
also, I'll share mine. I've been coaching long enough that I should have done this. But I told somebody about like the business opportunity and the coaching group in person with somebody that I've worked with, that I know that she would benefit from it, because she's really struggled with like self-confidence and weight loss and stuff like that. And I knew that she could benefit from it, but I was just really intimidated to have that like in-person conversation. And so I talked to her yesterday, and she's really considering it. So
yeah,
I'm just, even if she doesn't sign up, I'm just proud that I reached out to her.
I'm nervous to talk about it in person with somebody. So that is awesome.
Well, I didn't die, so that's good. So now I'm more apt to do it again.
Proof.
Proof.
The number of times I say that to students is like, but did you die?
Because you're still here talking to me, so you didn't. That's awesome, Britt. Who else?
I got my first almost yes today.
Yay!
She said after she buys her house, she's going to send me a message. So I'm going to like stay friends with her.
Yeah.
After she does what? I'm sorry?
She was going to buy a house, so she's waiting till all that. And I understand that. So.
Yeah.
But still, got somebody interested. That's amazing.
I want to give you some props, but I mean, I don't know, how you've been doing here lately, but I mean, the fact that you've been like inviting today, that's a big deal. So
so I am not a very like put myself out there person at all. And I know like, okay, I'm messaging people that don't know me, so it shouldn't really faze me, but I still actually really hate doing it.
Right.
I actually went through like my list of followers today, and I think I said 9. I think I miscounted. I think it was 9.
Good.
So,
but I only got ghosted by 3.
there you go. Well, and even that too, like remember the mindset is that, because I think that too, I'm like, oh my God, these people like saw my message and they hate me. They're going to follow me or like something like that. But a lot of times, like after I follow up to them ghosting me and like kind of like call them out in a not bitchy way, be like, hey, I saw that you saw my message, but I'm sure you just got busy. Because a lot of times they like read my message and then like their baby started crying, or
I got a few that ghosted my follow-up for ghosting.
Allie doesn't know anything about babies crying right now, so I'm sure she can't. But yeah.
Who else wants to share?
You guys, I hit freaking diamond today. Like,
so excited.
You guys all showed me so much love. Thank you so much.
Of course, we're all in this together.
I don't think I've even said it out loud until like just now. Well, to Skylar last night, but
It's so exciting.
So the girl who attempted this 3 times. Now look at it. And something I told her too, just like every single one of you guys, you have it within you. You just have to, like, if someone believes in you that much, sometimes you have to kick your beliefs to the side and take on the beliefs of that other person. You know what I'm saying? So if they believe
100%, that's what it was with you.
huh?
I read that today.
Did you? Did I post something?
Yeah, I started this today.
Isn't it good?
Yes, and it was all about like the belief is already there. You just have to kick what your subconscious knows out
Yep.
and accept the beliefs of others or what you know to be true.
Mm-hmm.
So I signed up one challenger this month so far.
I was about to say, you have 2 success club points. I was talking to Krista. I was like, girl, like Lori's got 2 success club points. That's awesome. You should be
I
proud.
had someone buy a product, but she didn't want to. I've been working on her for a while. She's still a work in progress.
We all are.
It happens. It does. But kudos to you for what you're done and then taking on the personal development. Like, that's awesome. You're a Badass was my very first book that I read as a coach. And and I think I even had Krista read my copy. I was just like, this is such a good book. So.
Yeah, I think that's more important to me right now than working out, probably.
It's addicting. It is. It makes a difference when you guys are fueling your mindset. I know it's cliche, but it's so true. Like, it makes such a difference. And so like, and finding something that really like hits you makes a huge difference too. Cause I would listen to some podcasts. I'm like, cool. But like, I have certain episodes right now that I'm just like all the feels. Like, I'm getting so fired up on the way to work. It's pretty awesome. So, I'm glad you found something that speaks to you.
Disclaimer, guys, if your personal development is not rocking your world, find something else because it's supposed to. Like, if you don't feel like you like want to, I don't know, like lift a house or something like that after you listen to your personal development, find something that makes you feel like you want to lift a house.
Quit your job.
Or quit your job.
I was like, or quit your job. Okay, who's next?
Somebody responded to my story about Energize.
Yay! Because you posted about it. Imagine that.
Yeah, so we went into it didn't lead to anything further. She ended up just seeing my message, but I'll follow up in a few days. But yeah, actually engaged someone to reach out about it.
Good.
It's awesome.
Who else? Who else wants to share? Miriam's kind of like having a hard time because she's feeding the baby. Okay. There we go.
I was just gonna say, so signed up 2 people this month so far.
Yay!
So I'm on my way. And
girl, those progress pics.
Oh,
yeah.
And you guys are more than, like if you guys want to share them, I don't care. Like, I'm not shy about that type of stuff. And so like, you can share them, you can put them in your stories if you want. But my family's coming over for a second. But anyways, so 2 people so far this month. I also, Brittany, talked to a friend. I like reached out to her. She's actually like one of my best friends. Like, I see her every week. And it was because I listened to, I can't remember who it was, but it was like one of the national calls. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. It was a lady. But she said how she hit Emerald at the beginning was she just talked to her neighbor and she talked to like one of her best friends and she just like told them like, I want to do this with you. Like, I want to do this business and I think it would be so fun to do it with you. And that's like what I told her. And she's kind of on the fence about it because like, she's like, I'm just not as passionate about it as you. And I was like, well, I wasn't always here, like, but anyways, the conversation started, so we'll see.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, so I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember. That's all.
You go, girl. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So much growth. Like, it's so rewarding. I get really like tingly and all like happy inside when people are like growing and developing. Like, it's awesome.
You're such a mama bear.
He
Well, I
is.
was
He's
like
a
that
teen mom.
because like I've always been I've been a trainer for almost 7 years now, and so seeing the new hires, you know, start from the beginning and grow and develop, and it's just I love it so much. So, who else? Coco.
I'm unmuted. So I had a bunch of coworkers because they all came up to me and they're like, "Hey, we've been seeing you post something that you're always shaking," and I'm like, I like it, you know. So basically, it started at lunch and then it led out to the nurses charge station and stuff like that. So we had this like big powwow about Energize and how I take it at like 3:30. It gets me over that 4.5 hour slump, gets me an hour drive back to Clarksville kind of thing. And then even one of my good friends that works with me, she was like very interested. So I always bring my tub with me and keep it in my nurse bag. And so I was like, I made her a little cocktail and brought it to her. And I was like, here, try it. And so she took it, and I told her I don't like chug it like pre-workout or anything like that. I usually just kind of sip it over time, like over 30 minutes or so. And so she did the same thing. And she came back and she was like, I noticed a difference, and I'm not groggy given report at change of shift, because usually like at 7:00 I don't even really know what I did for 12 hours. So Energize really helped. So she asked how much it was, and I was like, oh, it's $34. And then it led to that conversation of energy drinks, because Bang has like 300 milligrams. Kelly and I were like doing all this math and stuff. And then like if you buy Bangs that are like $2 and you buy one every day for 30 days, it comes out to be like $60. So seeing that comparison, she was like, $30 is not bad. She didn't buy anything, but I haven't been back to work and she wasn't there the other day. So I'll follow up with her probably tomorrow or the next time we work, just to see.
But you planted the seed. That's what counts.
Yep.
I did.
And
it'll grow. It'll grow, and she'll.
In-person conversations you guys have been having these days. That's awesome.
I like in-person conversations. I think I like those more than texting, because I am one of those people that you're talking about is like stopping and going really hard and then stopping, because as some of y'all know, y'all watched my stories the other night, right, about my so y'all kind of get why it's been a little harder. She's in the room, so but anyways, I'll get back to it.
Our in-person conversations lead to a 5-mile walk that we had to turn back around from.
That's awesome.
Those hills.
Yeah. We were like, how far have we gone? And I was like, wait, we still have to walk back.
Oh, God. Y'all were at the Greenway, weren't you?
Yeah.
Does anybody have an Apple Watch? Because if you do, homegirl on your watch will call you out. We started walking. I know this is off topic. I'm sorry, y'all. But next thing you know, we started walking, and my watch was like, "Oh, hey, are you walking?" I'm like, "What?" Like,
bitch, I might be.
Midget?
No,
like,
she's
walking for
putting
10
it
minutes.
mildly. Siri was like, "Hold up, are you exercising?" Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, "Girl, if you don't tell her, you will uninstall her."
Exactly. She would. I would uninstall her. All right. I'm sorry. Off topic. My bad.
I think, did everybody share one? Britt, are you there? If you can hear me, I want to hear a win. I don't. She calls in, so I never know if she can hear me. But anyways, while I wait for her, I don't know. I catch myself in like reflection sometimes, and I'm like a really sappy person. So sorry when I cry at Summit, because it's gonna happen. But like more than once. I just like what Kayla was saying, the amount of transformation that I've seen in you guys, whether I've known you for, 8 months or I've known you for a few weeks, like just know that even if you don't think, that you're making, a big change in a few weeks or even in 1 week, like we can see the change in your habits because we get to know you, you know, like through your stories and your posts and in the group and stuff. And like getting to watch you guys grow is truly one of my favorite things about being a coach. It is a reason why I will never quit. That's one of the things I love about my full-time job is getting to watch like kids grow up, and now I get to watch like adults grow into like being who they were always meant to be. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm really proud of you guys.
Hearts. Well, on that note, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yay. Here's Britt. Britt did her invites, daily workouts, and PD. So she is rocking the shiz out of her vitals.
Oh, real quick before we get off the call. Starting Monday, Britt, bat.
Why not? I was going to say June, but why not Monday?
No, boo-boo. We ain't waiting. Starting on Monday. We are going to, I know where you were going with it. We'll prep for this. So starting on Monday, we want you guys to fill out what we call business activity tracker. A lot of you have heard Heather Shipley talk about this on the call or on her national wake up call the other day. I know Courtney, you've got some of these printed out and stuff. So we want you guys to go through the business activity tracker. There you go. Look at Kirsten. And complete it and send them to whoever your coach is out of me and Brittany, or even, you know, Krista too, because Lori's on here, and send it to us. Do we want to do it daily or just at the end of the week?
So the business activity tracker it's designed by Beachbody. Continue to use the win the weeks and slay the days if they help you stay accountable daily. However, the business activity trackers were created by Beachbody for people with like full-time jobs, which applies to everybody on here almost. So, but still, like full-time momming it is a job. Like, let's not freaking kid ourselves. So, especially headed into summer. Sorry, Shelves, that's rough. I get the kids that the parents don't want to deal with, so I get it at my work. But it's made for busy people, and what it does is it basically gives you like a week's worth of tasks. It even breaks down how much time you should spend on each of them, from inviting to tracking your workouts and personal development and all of that. So yeah, and I'm really excited about this because your girl needs some accountability, and I'm really excited to do this with you. But what they have shown with the business activity tracker, they kind of did a demo of this before the end of last year, that it has like significantly increased all facets of like coaches' lives, but they are regularly hitting, you know, Success Club, which is a benchmark for your business. They are, you know, obviously being proof of the product because they're doing everything, you know, they're hitting their invite goals, they're getting to reach out, they're building their confidence. And yeah, like I said, it was made for, it's basically like an hour a day of work, which is what, you know, we should be doing if we're growing, ish. And yeah, your workout. So I'm really excited, but we're going to talk more, like when you send it in at the end of the week, then, you know, maybe we'll do like an incentive or like a prize or a drawing or something like that. So, but I'm excited to grow with you guys.
For sure. Will be good. All right, y'all. We've gone over time, so I apologize. But if y'all don't have anything else for us, go ahead and hop off the call. Thank you guys.
Don't forget to RSVP to the vision board. And if you can make it on the 31st, I don't mind doing a one-on-one or another group, depending on how many or whatever. Don't miss out.
The vision board party is going to be hosted by Coco, and it's going to be great. I think that's another opportunity for you guys to, you know, have another tool at your house to constantly be a reminder of why you're doing what you're doing as a coach. So definitely hop on if you can. It's next Friday at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern. So RSVP. I'm thinking of a different song. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hop off.
Are you thinking of R.E.S.P.E.C.T.? Because
I'm thinking of R.I.P. R.I.P. Hit the club.
I was singing Aretha Franklin in my head.
I was RIP and with you.
Was that Jeezy?
I think it's more old school.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, sorry. Don't want to impress you guys too much with my knowledge. Okay. Love you all. Have a fantabulous day. And make sure you guys are working tomorrow because Shelby will probably call us out in the group chat. So thankful for you, babe. All right, y'all. See you later. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.